Good morning. Welcome back to my video journal. I was just simply too tired to post one last night. I wound up watching a bunch of episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race instead of going to sleep at a reasonable hour, which, I mean, come on, it's Friday. Um, but yeah, I guess I'll just say what I did yesterday, maybe some things that I'll wind up doing today, and hopefully at the end of the day today, I can do another video journal. That would be ideal. Um, I was just really tired last night, so once I got in bed, I was like, oh crud, and I just didn't. So um, I did the same thing that I have been doing for the past 2 days, which is waking up and rolling out of bed for work. Uh, and I did that pretty much straight into another meeting. Not that I'm waiting for the meeting to happen. It's just our meet. We just have so many meetings that it just winds up happening so close to the morning, anyways. Um, and you know, did some things at work to fix the system. Blah blah blah. Nothing important. Um, well, I mean, things that are important for work, but nothing that really strikes me as very important in general. Um, and during work, I actually called the Dun and Bradstreet people. I had some time. Um, they are the people who register businesses in the United States because, and I needed to call them because the I created a company with them. Just I'm trying to get an app on the App Store, uh, and in order to do that, you need to have a Google Play console organization account. You need to have an organization account on the Google Play Store. And to have an organization account, you have to have a legal business. So I've been in the process of creating a legal business to get a Google Play organization account to get an app on the App Store um, for a very simple game that I made in Godot. And there's no reason for me to put it on the App Store at this point. It is technically it could be a done game, but it's not like super original. It's just like a Tricky Towers clone. But I feel like it would be pretty cool to say that I have an app on the App Store, and then I'll have all the infrastructure set up so that when I want to put more apps on the App Store, which will probably happen, then I can. So I've been pushing forward with that, and some some interesting things came about that call with Dun and Bradstreet. So my legal business name, I found out, is not Builder of the Cake Studios, which is what I wanted it to be. Just like a video game studios company. And Builder of the Cake is just the Minecraft username that I made when I was like in middle school. And I still use it for my usernames for gaming stuff to this day. So I think it's pretty funny. And the reason I made that game, or the reason I picked that username, was because my best friend, his username was Builder of the Pie. I don't know why, but I just kind of copied him. How original. And yeah, so that's what I thought my legal business name was, because when I was filling out the form, it's asking for names, it's asking for all this business stuff. And I think one of the fields was business principal name. And I don't think I was thinking of principal as in like first. I was thinking of principal as in like principal of a school or something. I was like, "Ooh, who's the principal of this company?" I was like, "Well, it's me." So now I own a legal business called Bradley Aiken, and not Builder of the Cake Studios. So now my name is synonymous with a legal corporation in the United States, and I need to change that. And I didn't know that. That wasn't necessarily the reason I was calling them. But it is going to be a reason why I need access to this thing on their website. I called them because there's like a managed business console or a managed business page on their website, and every time I try accessing it, it doesn't matter like from like a desktop, what browser I'm using, or a phone or anything. Like there's just it just shows an error instead of like the actual business page that I need. So I need them to fix that for me so I can change the name of the business. But um, the business does show up in their lookup now. So yesterday I was able to create the Google Play organization account. Originally I had a personal account, um, which you didn't need a legal business for. But the problem with with the App Store developer personal account is that if you want to put an app on the App Store, you have to have 20 verified testers test the app for 14 days concurrently and continuously. And I don't know. I mean, I I probably know 20 people who have Androids because I can't really count the people with iPhones because they wouldn't be able to run the app on the App Store or on the Google Play Store. Not be confused with the Apple App Store. And that process was just going to take so long that I was like, and I know the app has bugs in it. The whole point was just to put it up there so that my friends could download it, not necessarily to have everyone test it. I mean, they would test it when they download it, just by virtue of using it. I didn't want them to have to go through a whole, make. I didn't want to have to ask them to give me all this feedback and then have Google approve of it and everything. So I actually thought it would be easier to just create the business, which I had already been in the process of doing. I just got impatient and created the personal account, just because I was like, whatever, why don't I just create a personal account? And then I found out later down the app publishing line that you have to do all these extra steps, which I decided to just revert back to doing the organization thing. And so I had my business number from Dun & Bradstreet, and then I created the business account, but then they needed to verify that the business was like a true legal entity, like from the IRS. So I thought that I was at like a major like roadblock. I was like, wow, I might be months and months behind of getting an app on the App Store just to have it there, just to put something up on the store. Just not that it would be popular or anything. But I was like, dang, like they need like these like forms from the IRS. And I was like, I don't know how to deal with the IRS, but they needed one of the things that they accepted was an employer identification number. And I'm like, well, I'm not really an employer unless I'm employing myself for free, I guess. And I went onto their website, and it turns out you can apply for an employer identification number like in 10 minutes. It was much faster than doing anything with Dun & Bradstreet and doing anything with Google. And I was honestly surprised because I was like, wow, this is the IRS, but they're kind of streamlined. Like the website looks like ugly, but the website works. Whereas like Google Play, like it looks really nice. Like the Google Play console looks really nice. The CSS is all like well done and everything's padded and the fonts are all intentionally chosen, but it's like so hard to navigate, and like it just feels like options are just like hidden away in these weird menus, whereas the IRS it was just like fill out fields, next, check these things. It was like I did it so quickly. I did it during work, and I was like, oh, I got the employer identification number. This is, and they sent me a PDF, like an official government document. So I attached that to the Google Play organization account, and they accept it. And I was like, let's go. So now, basically, I'm just waiting for Google to approve of the app. I filled out everything, and it's off to publishing. I don't need to do this whole like testing thing for 2 weeks and then have to have them approve it. It's just in the process of being published right now. I haven't actually checked it this morning. I tried publishing it yesterday, like at around maybe like 2 o'clock. So I was hoping it would be up there by now because they actually verified my new developer organization account pretty quickly, like within an hour. And I was like, wow, this is going faster than I thought. But now it's like Saturday, and I don't know if they're going to actually get around to doing it. So I just have to keep waiting. It's kind of taking like the excitement out of it because I was like, again, I thought I was so close. And then it's like, oh, they have to review it again. Like, okay. but I'll have an app up there eventually. Um, Hopefully within the next like week, like within that time frame. And then my work ended early yesterday, so we got out at 1:30 because the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, usually gives us 3 hours on the day before a federal holiday. So I got 3 hours off yesterday, which was pretty nice. Got out at 1:30, which is good because my manager was literally calling us, and we were in meetings up until that point, like to the very end of the day on Friday. I was like, dang, like come on, it's the end of the day on Friday. Why do we have to be so serious about everything right now? But yeah, so that was nice. Got to get out early. And during that time, I actually applied to 5 universities in Germany. Um, they're all in different places. I just threw my application out there. I updated my resume, got my transcripts, got my graduation certificate, uh, and all this stuff ready, answered a bunch of questions online, and submitted it. So hopefully, maybe one of those goes through. It'll be for the summer semester, which is earlier than I wanted. I wanted to have some more time in between um, being unemployed, like quitting my job and doing something else. But I've been wanting to do this for a while, so I don't mind if it happens earlier than I thought. Um, I had a friend who went to Germany for 2 years and got their master's in history, and like I had always wanted to do that. We had talked about it so much in college, like that we were going to do that, and then I wound up just sticking at my job, like which I just got through an internship. So like it wasn't even necessarily part of a plan or anything. I just was like, gotta stay at the job, right? And so now I'm trying to do that, and I actually submitted the applications, which finally I did because last week I said I was going to do it, and then I just didn't. I don't know why. Not that I think the applications are like the deadline isn't for another week, but I was like, am I really gonna do this on the last day? Like, no. I did it yesterday, which is nice to say. And yeah, after that, I tried getting one of the 3D printers to work again. I haven't printed off of it in a few months, which is sad. Um, I got it. I cleaned it a little bit because it definitely needed to be cleaned. And then I tried printing something, and the screen, like I guess some resin got underneath the vat. I would have to show you it, but I can't take this camera off my monitor. Maybe I could show you on my phone or something. Um, but basically, I had to clean some stuff off the screen, and then I was trying to print a model, and then I think the model fell into the vat, and that's where it stands right now. I was just doing that while I was watching some episodes of season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race with a friend. So, oops, there goes my charger again. But I think that's about it. I don't have much else to say about yesterday. I wound up eating like actual lunch. I didn't eat breakfast, but I ate actual lunch. I yesterday or 2 days ago now, I made like a big pot of vegetarian chili. So I had that for dinner, just like some of that with some chips, which is nice. And yeah, actually, it's nice to have groceries in the house again. Um, but yeah, let's hope that we can continue doing more things that are interesting today. I have a friend coming over, and we're gonna go out and get some ramen at the arcade, hopefully. And yeah, I don't know what else we're actually doing, but I don't think I'm gonna be super duper productive today. It is Saturday. I don't intend on being productive every day. But maybe after my friend leaves, I could hop on Minecraft or something with some other groups of friends because I haven't done that for a while. And yeah, that's another thing. I need to actually block out my leisure time because sometimes like during my leisure time, I'm like, ooh, I'm not being productive when it's like really like, but the whole point is to be having fun right now, not to be coding or doing something else. Like just jump on Minecraft and play it for 4 hours. Like that's the whole point of this time right now is you want to do that instead of like just being stressed and thinking that I'm not productive and then going on my phone and scrolling. Like this isn't fun. Being on Minecraft is fun. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video journal, which will probably be tonight if I want to stay on schedule. So goodbye.